Give yourself permission to evolve. Give yourself permission to change your mind. Give yourself permission to have different interests. Give yourself permission to be different. This is something I'm telling myself in this season. Oh, hey there. You're probably like, who is this girl talking to me? Okay, I'm Io. That's not my full name, but like, whatever. I'm trying to keep my identity on the TL. But I am a fetus who came out of my mama's womb last night, okay? And I'm just here giving y'all some advice and tips that I'm currently working through and thinking about because because oftentimes when I'm online here, I'm usually just like crazy edits, do this. Sometimes y'all, I just want to pick up the camera and just talk to y'all as if you're my sissy. Okay, hold my hand. Yes, okay. And today's one of those days because I've been thinking a lot about this concept, this idea of evolving as we're adulting, changing, being different, and giving myself permission to be different. I think my channel is a good testament of that, because if you're an OG, which I think honestly most OGs have left probably because I had this channel very different years ago. And when I decided to revive this a couple months ago, I realized I wanted nothing to do with what I used to post. So all those things are hidden. Okay? You see like one of my phones, but like everything else hidden. Okay? And that was very intentional because I realized I just didn't want to talk about that thing no more. I wanted to change. I wanted to be different, which is so funny because I feel like that thing in particular that I was talking about, for some reason, that thing has this concept and this idea that you're not allowed to yeah, okay. Let's start again. I'm basically, you're probably like, girl, why does she keep saying that thing? I don't really want to talk about that thing, right? But one thing I've noticed about that thing that I used to talk about a lot is that in that field, in that sector, in that part of the world, you know, that I was posting about, there's kind of this idea and this concept that you're supposed to kind of stick with what you've always wanted to do, if that makes sense, or like stick with kind of like follow this certain path, do this certain thing, like there's not a lot of room for evolution. Like there's kind of an assumption that you will be the same person throughout, and that's so interesting to me because as I've gotten older, I'm just like, whoa, I'm not even the same person that I was last night. You know, I'm always changing, always evolving. And I think one thing I'm having to really challenge myself in is just be like, it's okay to change. It's okay to want to be a different type of person. Let's talk about that. Like maybe in this season you're Little Miss Angry, okay? I feel like there was a season where I was Little Miss Angry, okay? Little Miss Knuck if you buck, you know? And I don't want to be Little Miss Knuck if you buck no more. I'm tired, you know, I don't want to do that no more. Or I just want to, I don't know, y'all. I think I'm just rambling, but I guess I'm just trying to encourage you and encourage me and myself to just like say yes to change, say yes to evolving. I did talk about this in the San Francisco vlog because it is something that generally has been on my mind. Like there's a place we went to in Oakland. In the background it said it's a beautiful time to grow, because it is a beautiful time to grow, period, poo. And I felt like this spoke so much to me because evolving is also wrapped in with growing. It's also active in changing, and at some point I'm going to explain like why this is all on my mind. Right now I don't feel comfortable sharing any of that of why this is on my mind, but I'm just saying like it is okay to pivot in life. I actually was saying this even a year ago. I said like it's okay to pivot. I feel like in college I had this like creative interest. I mean, I've been playing piano since I was 3 years old. I've also, looking back, like did film stuff when I was young and just film stuff in college, so the signs were always there. But more recently I'm just kind of like, you know, let's just go all in with this. You know, this is obviously an interest that I have. It's obviously something that I really love and really enjoy. Just take the plunge. And this has been on my mind a lot because a couple months ago I decided to take a plunge again on YouTube. And even though like barely anybody's watching, like not even my great grandparents that aren't even on planet Earth, they ain't even watching at this point because barely anyone watches my videos. But I appreciate the people who do be watching. If you be watching, I appreciate you. Okay, I do appreciate you a lot. But I was reflecting a lot on this YouTube and and taking the plunge of like diving into YouTube again, because YouTube has always been my love. Like I've always loved YouTube. I was thinking about, you know, how in order to make the decision, I had to also give myself permission to evolve. I had to give myself permission to be like, you know what, I want to start YouTube again. Okay, you know what, I'm going to do something different with my channel instead of before, which was also a risk to do that. I decided to take a complete plunge, and I had to reflect more recently, like, was that all worth it? And it was 1000% worth it, because I look back on this footage for the past couple of months and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so many amazing memories, and I get to see the way that I've evolved as an artist too, and that has been so cool and so freaking worth it, and I have zero regrets. I'm actually so glad that I have these memories now. And this is your reminder that if you're not giving yourself permission to evolve, to change, you're also missing out on an opportunity to collect memories, maybe start a YouTube channel, or to be light to somebody's life, you know, and to bring joy to somebody's life. Like, you're missing out on the opportunity to really just like grow. I mean, I think I said this before. Like, I know that's not like a big revelation, but I just feel like when we tell ourselves we can't change, we stay stuck. And the whole point of adulting, and I think growing and evolving, is not being stuck, but it's like changing. I like saying adulting is just multiple iterations of our true self. Because, you know, kind of like how I feel like now I'm going back to like what I really liked as a baby, as a kid, like what I used to do. I used to love writing. Oh my gosh, the stories I used to make. Or even looking back, I used to like record these videos to my friends. This is so funny. I used to do these weekly, hey, this is my week in my life. Like, this is an update to my friends in middle school. Like, why was I doing that? I don't really know, okay? Besides maybe loneliness. But I was like, oh, okay, hey, this is my week in my life. What's going on? What's good? And my friends were like, you should start a YouTube channel. This is like when I must have been 14 at the time. So something I always love to do, like, I guess I was always talking to the camera even before that was a thing. Because looking back, I'm like, that was like not normal. That was not normal at all. But am I telling you to start a YouTube channel? Maybe, honestly. Maybe I tell you to post that video even if no one's watching, because even if there's nobody watching, you're watching. Hello. You get to watch you get to watch yourself change, period. And that might be the reward, and that might be enough. So this is a reminder to give yourself permission to evolve, because when you do, you might see something beautiful and create something beautiful along the way. Okay, y'all. I'll see y'all another day with a day. Bye, y'all. Toodles.